endeavors and expression. This queen brought to the theater and to every aspect of the performing arts magnificence, dignity, and respect for the craft, and for her there were no upper bounds. Leonie's absolute minimum standard was excellence, without apology, accompanied by a generous overdose of humility. What made Leonie tower over ordinary mortals in the creative arts was the knowledge and understanding that her total being was a well-tuned instrument, always mobilized to the service of her craft. When it came to theater and the performing arts, any attempt on her part to be ordinary, to try to blend in, only served to highlight for all who had the great fortune to work with her how extraordinary Leonie was. This majestic woman was extraordinarily gracious. She was extraordinarily generous, extraordinarily delightful. For those who interacted with her and started showing signs of overexcitability, extreme animation, or the reverse, temporary paralysis, because they were struck by the unfathomable awe of her presence, she quickly became self-deprecating to discourage any discomfort. Her Majesty the Queen was herself easily excited, however, whenever she spotted a new talent who demonstrated potential, but was a diamond in the rough who needed help and guidance. Miss Lee relished the opportunity to pour from her well of technical knowledge and experience gems of guiding wisdom into a willing talent. Given the chance, she would not hesitate, and, well, even when not given the chance, she would create the opportunity to pour from her bountiful reservoir into any deserving talent's vessel. And as much as that young talent was willing to take in. She didn't just give pointers and then left you to be on your own. No. She mentored, monitored, and noted your progress or lack thereof, long after you thought that she had forgotten you. She didn't hesitate to check in when she thought you had committed any act she thought egregious to a career she envisioned that was on the ascendancy. Expected or not, a telephone would ring, and with a very calm, assuring, friendly, and disarming voice on the other end of the line, would bring your mistakes to your attention with a suggestion or two of how to avoid any repetition. And when the call was over and the phone call ended, you felt actually richer for the experience. For those of you who shared a stage with Queen Leonie, you will agree that the experience was never intimidating, but rather reassuring, because Leonie was a team player. Like Leonie was a blanket to her colleagues' performances. She blanketed them in an invisible, magical web of excellence that brought out the very best in every one of us. As an example, the mischievous late Vollier Johnson confessed that in Toy Boy, he, on several occasions, put Leonie's power to the test. he would relate how just before they prayed in the minutes before curtain, he would decide, plan, and strategize to deliberately give a poor, lazy performance just to see if Lee really had powers. And with the mediocre performance plan in full effect on stage, fully executed, at the end of the performance, he would reflect that he actually gave an exceptionally beautiful and flawless performance, fully in sync with Leonie, despite his efforts to do the opposite. So he conceded, she just different poo. She have powers. And when me up on stage with her, I can only feel it and move me. And I can't do one thing more than just move with it. So after the experiment backfired 2 or 3 times, I just give up, sir. I realize this is bigger than me. So I just work with her, man. I don't have to understand everything where I go on. Not true, Pooh. So how many of you would be asking, how do we as a sector acknowledge and pay worthy tribute to the extensive body of work that bears the DNA of Leonie Forbes? Well, let's not fool ourselves. We could not. Even if there's an agreement between us and we stay here for several hours, we have to consider that this, of course, is just Act 1, Scene 2 of 3 acts. And so we won't even attempt. Leonie Forbes graced stages around the world. Her DNA can be found in Australia, India, the British Isles, Canada, the USA, Bermuda, the Cayman Islands, Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago, and of course, every parish in her beloved country, Jamaica. Let's together run through a sample of just her stage work, and you try to remember her in these roles. Amen Corner, Arawak Gold, The Beer, Beyond the Horizon, Champagne and Sky Juice, Country Duppy, December, Departure in the Dark, Double Entry, The Father, Forbidden, Feminine Justice, The Gods Are Not to Blame, Hot Flashes, I, Marcus Garvey and the Captivity of Babylon, A Little Night Music, I Thought You Had Gone, The Importance of Being Earnest, My Son's Friend, Miss Unusual, The Moon on a Rainbow Shawl, A Raisin in the Sun, Old Story Time, Mother Courage, The Rope and the Cross, State of Emergency, Same Song, Different Tune, Smile Orange, The Unknown Woman, A Vicious Cycle, Whiplash, Toy Boy, Your Handsome Captain. Shakespeare and the National Pantomimes were in for equal opportunity. The Merchant of Venice, Bush of Bluebeard, Pirate Princess, A Midsummer Night's Dream, Twelfth Night, Braps, Queenie's Daughter, Blackout, Intermission. Leonie's contribution to the development of Jamaica's film industry is formidable. No accurate history of our fledgling, daring, adventurous footsteps in the ways of the big screen dares to omit the undisputed champion and queen of Jamaica's big screen. Noteworthy movies such as Milk and Honey, Children of Babylon, Club Paradise, and Glory to Gloriana remain at the top of an impressive list. And all of not mind if even now you facilitate further research by securing a copy of her easy-to-read and very affordable autobiography, Leonie. available in bookstores island-wide. Queen Leonie, we know you will be asking, why are they making such a fuss over me? And they know I don't like it. And people must be hungry. All right, Lee, we'll wrap up. Lee, we're going to miss you, but we won't forget you. We will recall fond memories and reflect on the honor to have shared space with you. We know that those others like Easton Lane, Buddy Puyat, and Trevor Rohn and Valier, along with so many other theater luminaries, are waiting to welcome you to play the lead in their upcoming productions. So walk good, and we know that good Doppia walk with you. But don't make Valier harass you about bringing any pork. Just said Christine Bell on him because she knows how to quiet him. And just in case Lloyd Record looking for people to play any roles up there, please tell him, don't look this side. We are not interested in any auditions over there. So ride on in eternal peace, humble majesty, Queen Leonie, and may the follow spot